Hi guys, Jack Rogers here and welcome to another lesson inside of this Facebook Ads Mastery, and in this video we are going to be talking about vertical scale. So in the previous lesson we went through the horizontal scale approach of duplicating a winning ad, making a slight split test to see if we can improve the performance even more and improve the longevity of the ad. Now in this video we're going to be talking about a slightly different variation of scale, which is the vertical scale aspect. So vertical scale aspect is essentially identifying the winning ad or even campaign, which we can run through in a moment. We'll start with the top of funnel creative testing campaign and then increasing the spend. So when we do our creative testing, as you're all going to be fully aware by now, we do it on an ABO structure with one ad per ad set. So very similar to what we did before on the previous lesson, we'll carry on with like the best performing ad is our creative test one. We're in a healthy ROAS, we're beating our cost per result goal, and our frequency is relatively low. What I can do is come down to the ad set and I can actually scale up the budget here. So the beauty of having the one ad per ad set approach is when we scale this ad set, we know that that extra spend is only going to go to this one specific ad or our best performing ad. It's not going to be these two ad sets, or these two ads aren't going to be affected. So when we vertically scale, so when we just come in here and add to the budget, we want to take quite a slow approach. And the reason behind that is when we scale up too quickly, the cost per result is likely to increase and your ROAS is likely to drop, which is quite contradictory to what you might think. And the reason happens for one of two reasons, essentially. So either the ad has already reached its maximum potential, or Facebook algorithm just needs more time to collect and process the performance data that's used to optimize your campaigns. So when we scale up, we want to take a slow approach, and what I personally recommend is to scale up by 20% once or twice a week. So what I do whenever I'm managing accounts is I will scale up 20% on a Monday. I will then check the results again on a Thursday, and if the results have held out by Thursday, so I haven't noticed like an increase in the cost per result, I will look at scaling up again. So just to put this into like a real world example for you, if this instance our starting budget was £20 per day, on the Monday I would scale that up to £24. And then if I were to scale up again, I would increase that by another 20%. So that's in the creative testing campaign. Now, we do have different variations of scale depending on the campaign structure, because as you're going to be aware, for our retargeting or our post-purchase, we do have a slightly different campaign structure. So for our retargeting, we actually run on a CBO structure, which is £20 per day. And that essentially means that we are going to be using Facebook's machine learning a little bit more here. And what Facebook is going to do is, if we just take the example, there's two ads in here, where Facebook are essentially going to distribute more spend to the ad that they think is going to get better results. So on a daily basis, if we got £20 here, this ad, for example, might get £15 and this ad might get £5. Or this ad might even get sort of £18 and this ad might get £2, just as an example. So we can still scale up this approach. The only difference is, rather with the creative testing campaign, we want to scale based off of an ad level because the increased budget is going to go to that one specific ad. With the CBO approach, we want to analyze the numbers off the campaign level, because if we go off an ad level, then we don't necessarily know that the ad that's got the best cost per result, whether that budget is going to go to that one performing ad. So just to sort of summarize this across the board for vertical scale, with our like CBO structured approach, you want to analyze the numbers based on the campaign, on your campaign metrics. And with the scale approach of this, you want to implement this exactly the same process, 10 to 20% to the budget once or twice. When you look at your like ABO structure with one ad per ad set, you want to analyze the number based on the ad level performance. So if we do creative test 1, what I would do here is I would go creative test 1, and I would find the ad, so it'd be this ad here, check the metrics on this. If it looks good, we're in a healthy ROAS, we're below our cost per result goal, I would then scale that up 20%. So I hope all that makes sense. Any questions, any concerns about those two scaling approaches, drop a message in the school community and a member of the team will reach out. Appreciate you all.